This will be for the con assignment, combinations. And you want to remember for combinations that order does not matter. Okay, so in most cases, you're selecting a smaller group from a larger group. So we'll go over the formula for combinations in a minute, but you just want to remember that n is the number you're selecting from, and r is the number that you're actually selecting. So the formula for combinations, it's going to be n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial. Okay, so remember, we're basically using each letter twice. We're using n twice, and we're using r twice. All right, so in this case, a basketball team has 10 players. Before each game, the coach picks 2 of those players to carry the team's water jug. Okay, so the order doesn't matter. They're just choosing 2 players. They're not specific positions. So the number that you're choosing from is going to be 10, and the number that you're actually choosing is going to be 2. All right, so in the numerator, n factorial, we're going to have 10 factorial. And that's divided by r factorial, so that's going to be a 2 factorial. And then, of course, n minus r is going to be 10 minus 2. All right. So for 10 factorial, you count down from 10. We do 10 times 9. And you can keep going, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But instead of that, I'm going to write 8 factorial. And the reason I'm writing that is because once I do the 10 minus 2, I'm going to have 8 factorial in the denominator. So 2 factorial is just 2 times 1. Whoops. 2 factorial is just 2 times 1. And 10 minus 2 factorial is going to be 8 factorial. Okay, now since these are all multiplied, I can cancel 8 factorial over 8 factorial. All right, 10 times 9 is 90. 2 times 1 is 2. And that's going to equal 45. You just enter that in the box. All right, let me see the con calculator real quick. All right, I don't think they have the factorial function on this calculator. All right, so if you really wanted to use that, you'd have to do it by hand. All right, let me see. Now, if you want to, you can Google permutation combination calculator, and there's several websites that do it. We said n is 10, click tab, and we said r is 2. Click calculate. Okay, and as you can see for the combinations, we got the same answer, 45. You see they used the same formula I did. Okay, and they got 45. So you can use the website if you want to check your work. I kind of recommend you do at least 1 or 2 of them manually. And of course, you can always use the calculator if you have that function on there. Simon is creating a flower arrangement. A client asked him to select 4 of the 7 available flower options to create the arrangement. How many different groups of 4 flowers can Simon choose? All right. So, of course, he's choosing from 7. So, n equals 7. And he's choosing 4. So, r equals 4. Okay, the formula for combinations, it's going to be n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial. All right, and just for the record, n is always going to be greater than or equal to r. All right, because n is how many you're choosing from and r is how many you're choosing. So you can't choose more than is actually available. All right. So we're doing 7 combination 4. Okay, and that's how you would write that. The C stands for combination. All right, n factorial is in the numerator. We said n equals 7. R factorial in the denominator. We said r equals 4. And n minus r is going to be 7 minus 4. All right, 7 factorial, that's going to be 7 times 6 times 5 times 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, but instead of writing 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm going to write 4 factorial. And the reason is because I have 4 factorial in the denominator. So 4 factorial is there. And 7 minus 4 is 3 factorial, right? 7 minus 4 is 3 factorial. So that's just going to be 3 times 2 times 1. All right, 4. These are all multiplied. So 4 factorial over 4 factorial cancels. And you can do 7 times 6 times 5 divided by 3 times 2 times 1. Actually, we can cancel again. 3 times 2 times 1 is 6. So there's a 6 here. 3, 2, 1 all cancel. And 7 times 5 is just going to be 35. So that's it. Click inside the box and type 35. All right, again, you can just use the website to check your answer. All right, so 7 combination 4, we said. 7 is N, 4 is R. Click on calculate, and the combination is 35. Okay, see, they use the same formula. I suggest you do it manually at least for 1 or 2. It's better, you'll learn math better that way instead of just using the website or the calculator. Just use the website or calculator to check. Manny's Burrito Stand lets customers choose 4 ingredients from the list below and add to their burritos. How many groups of 4 different ingredients can go on a burrito? All right, so I guess it's mandatory that you have to choose 4. All right, we're choosing from 8. You can see there's 8 available options. So n equals 8. And we're choosing 4 ingredients, so r equals 4. All right, so using the formula, n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial. All right, so we're doing 8 combination 4. N factorial is going to be 8 factorial. R factorial is going to be 4 factorial. And n minus r is going to be 8 minus 4. And that's factorial. Okay. So let's see. In place of 8 factorial, we can write 8 times 7 times 6 times 5. And instead of doing 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm just going to write 4 factorial. And then in the denominator, I have 4 factorial. And 8 minus 4 is going to be 4 factorial. So for this one, I will write 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and now we can cancel. These are all multiplied. 4 factorial over 4 factorial cancels. Let's see. 3 times 2 is times 1 is just 6, and we have a 6 right there. So that can cancel. And 8 divided by 4 is just 2. So we're left with 2 times 7 times 5. Okay, that's 14 times 5, and that's going to be 70. All right, so again, you can check on the website or on your calculator. If you don't know how to do it on the calculator, look up your calculator type on YouTube, and for combinations and permutations, they'll have a video for it.